The history of education for Native people was not to preserve our culture, was not to work with us, but to eradicate us and take care of us as a problem.
Where I'm from, Mason County, there's two reservations. There's Skokomish and Squaxin, and they don't know anything about us.
Tribes are not a monolith, and that's a huge stereotype that we are trying to overcome. That we have a lot of diversity in this state. We are also political entities because of our sovereignty. And so that's the part that makes us different.
We want to have the tribes teach their own history. If you're going to talk about somebody, you better invite them to the table.
Relationships are key to anything we do in life. And we were trying to build bridges and try to work together to come up with this curriculum.
The Office of Native Education works toward bringing more Native voices into Washington schools. So we went to OSPI to talk to them about the Since Time Immemorial curriculum.
My name is Dennis Par Hurtado. My Indian name is Tachmi Ashton. I'm Skokomish and live on the Skokomish Indian Reservation.
Yate, my name is Maxine Alex. I am an enrolled member of the Navajo Nation.
My name is Catherine Lawrence. My Indian name is Sloia. I am Skokomish.
Buju, Bawajige Kwe Indigu, Miskwade Si Indudem, Mashkazibing Indunjaba. I'm a citizen of the Ojibwe Nation and a member of the Bad River Band of Lake Superior, Ojibwe.
Willard Bill Jr. Titsta Muckleshoot Omstead. My name is Willard Bill Jr. I am an enrolled member of the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, and I am the Assistant Director for the Office of Native Education at OSPI.
Basically, it started in 2003 on the Quinault Indian Reservation. We held the first tribal leaders meeting on Indian education. The first day was Governor Gary Locke, and all the tribal leaders were around the table. And that's when John McCoy got elected to the legislature in 2003, and he was there. And they asked the question, well, what do you want for your kids? What education? And it was unanimous that they wanted our history to be taught about who we are and what we're about. And John McCoy said, okay, I heard you guys. I'll try and get a bill passed around that to learn about our history, government, and culture, and language.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the record, I'm State Representative John McCoy, 38th Legislative District. We've been working on this bill for a couple of years, and we finally have got all the stakeholders to the table, and they've all into an agreement. There's been a lot of work on the shells and maize and includes and so on and so forth, but the intent is there. Everybody has agreed that the Washington State Native American history and culture is the right thing to do, and it should be taught within the schools.
In 2005, the Washington legislature passed House Bill 1495 that encouraged school districts to partner with their neighboring Native tribes to collaborate on curriculum that became known as Since Time Immemorial.
The curriculum is not just for Native students, it's for all students. Let's make that clear first. And because we're trying to learn more, have them learn more about us, and we learn more about them.
They have the opportunity to teach their own tribal history that is specific to their area, that is place-based. It's really important to understand we have 29 federally recognized tribes in our state, and each of them are diverse.
What I know as an Indigenous educator is that everything really stems from reciprocal relationships. It's really kind of a simple phrase that I keep repeating in my mind, which is nothing about us without us. And that ties back to some foundational teachings of really just not talking about anybody unless they're in the room, and being able to have people come together and work together. And that can be difficult for schools because it takes more time, it takes more effort. It's a comprehensive strategic plan for lifelong learners. And as Native people, that's what we're thinking about, is we're thinking like really far into the future.
And so as JML STI is important for Native students 100%, so they can see themselves present in the curriculum, they can see themselves in the past, but also in the contemporary sense, and seeing the success of our people, but also for the comprehensive student. It really took the part of hundreds of people that contributed to this curriculum. This was really a gift from the tribes.
In 2024, the legislature passed House Bill 1879, renaming this curriculum to honor the late Tulalip elder, Senator John McCoy, including using his traditional name in the title.
Senator McCoy's traditional name, and I will hold that pronunciation, will make Washington state history, as for the first time, Washington state legislature will incorporate a Native American language in Lushootseed into law. Today, Ms. McCoy and her grandson Bradley will testify. He will share the name out loud, and the name will forever be in the record verbally in your committee.
My name is Bradley Altoff. I want to say thank you for inviting us here. Appreciate the work everyone does here for all the people in the great state of Washington.
Him being that political leadership and that spear tip for us to break down those walls and do that work. And so it's really to honor that, and so that'll live and be part of the lessons of why we're teaching this curriculum. It's not a special curriculum, it's really about our tribal sovereignty. And so I think it's just a great way to honor his work in doing that.
I'm here to share the pronunciation of John's traditional name. As mentioned, I am his grandson, and we share that name, lulilaš, 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 lulilaš,